Good morning, children. Today we are continuing the chapter which we had completed yesterday, Animal Kingdom of Standard 11. We have already completed two phyla of non-vertebrates or non-chordates. So we are continuing the third phylum. Third phylum, Ctenophora. 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 So we are now continuing the phylum Ctenophora. Phylum Ctenophora is exclusively marine form, marine organisms. Another important feature, ctenophores are radially symmetrical. Radially symmetrical. You know what is radially symmetrical? Any plane passing through the central axis. More than one plane, but through the central axis. We have already seen that. Suppose this is the ctenophora. This is the central axis, and any plane passing through the central axis. This is the central axis, and these are the two planes I have drawn here, and another plane, any plane passing through the central axis, we will get two equal halves. That is called radially symmetrical. Radially symmetrical. Then we can say diploblastic. Diploblastic. It means that the body has two layers, ectoderm and endoderm. Another important feature of these organisms, Ctenophora, is the bioluminescence. What is bioluminescence? It is the property of the organisms to emit light. So the organisms, even in the water or even in the dark, they can emit light. This is because of some chemicals like phosphorus present in them. They react with the oxygen present in the air, and they emit the light. So this property of ability to emit the light by living organisms, only by living organisms, is called bioluminescence. That's why bio means living things, not non-living things. Okay. Now, this reproduction is sexual reproduction. So these are the main features of these ctenophores. You can see they are marine, exclusively marine, radially symmetrical, diploblastic, and they show bioluminescence and sexual reproduction. Right. Now, another important one more feature is that they have 8 comb plates. The body is covered by 8 comb plates. C-O-M-P, comb plate. They are also called walnuts. W-A-L-N-U-T-S. Walnuts. Because their appearance like that. So comb plate, 8 comb plates are there. Comb plate. The body is divided into 8 comb plates. So these are the main features. So you have to study this phylum. This is the third phylum, Ctenophora, right? Now the fourth phylum comes. So what is our short form of the non-chordates? PC, CP, N, AA, ME. PCCP name. So Porphyra is over. Phylum Cnidaria or Cylindrata we had already completed yesterday. Now Ctenophora C over. Now the next one is Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes. The spelling is also important because these are the new terms you might have studied in class 9. So what are the features of platyhelminthes? Let me write the examples. Flatworms. Flatworms includes tapeworm, liver fluke, and planaria. Example we can see tapeworm, liver fluke, and planaria. Planaria, planaria. So, as the term indicates, platyhelminthes all are flatworms, dorsi-ventrally flattened, flatworms. The body is dorsi-ventrally flat. Dorsal means upper part, ventral means lower part. Dorsal and upper parts are pressed, so it becomes a completely flattened structure. So we can say platyhelminthes. The word meaning itself is flatworm. So entirely flatworm in this phylum. Body is dorsi-ventrally flattened. Okay, dorso-ventrally also we can say, or dorsi-ventrally. Dorsi-ventrally flattened. Then what are the next features? They are bilaterally symmetrical. Of course, we can see bilaterally symmetrical. Bilaterally symmetrical. SYMMETRICAL. Bilaterally symmetric or bilaterally symmetrical, we can say. Now what is, okay, let me write these points. Now after that we can say they are triploblastic. Acoelomate. 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 Triploblastic, acoelomate. There they have a sucker and hooks. Sucker and hooks to cling to the body organs. Because almost all these are parasites, but some are terrestrial and free forms. Sucker and hooks for sucking. And another important feature, they have a very powerful muscular pharynx. Muscular pharynx is another important feature. Muscular pharynx. Presence of muscular pharynx. Most of them are bisexual. I mean, bisexual, what is the meaning of bisexual? Bisexual means two sexes are found. Okay? These are the main features. Sexual reproduction is internal. Okay? Sexual reproduction is internal. That you can learn later. So what are the important features of platyhelminthes? Tapeworm, liver fluke, planaria, flatworms. Entirely flatworm, dorso-ventrally flattened body, bilaterally symmetrical. You know what is bilaterally symmetrical? If you take a planaria, for example, planaria appears like that. Planaria is that, okay? This is planaria. The planaria can be divided into two equal halves through only one plane, central axis. Through only one plane passing through the central axis. Through only one plane passing through the central axis, we will get two equal halves, right and left halves. Such symmetry is called bilateral symmetry. Triploblastic, they have three body layers. Acoelomate, there is no coelom. Coelom is absent. Sucker and hooks helps in parasitic mode of life. Muscular pharynx also helps in the absorption of the digested food. They are bisexual and internal reproduction, internal fertilization. A notable feature, planaria. In planaria, we can see regeneration as well. Regeneration. What is regeneration? Regeneration is the ability to regrow from the lost body parts. Ability to regrow from the fragments or lost body parts. Like a planaria, if planaria is cut into many pieces, it can break down into many pieces and it can regrow. So these are the main features of the platyhelminthes. Now the next phylum PCCT now next one is Nematoda or Aschelminthes. In the text it is given Aschelminthes. It is also called the phylum Nematoda. Nematoda. In Nematoda, the most of the numbers. For example, we can say in Nematoda we can say some examples are given. All are roundworms. They are, for example, Ascaris. Example we can say Ascaris. Then a filarial worm, hookworm. All types of worms are included in this phylum. So this is only the parasitic group of organism. Aschelminthes or Nematoda, completely parasite. They are the parasitic group. Okay, Aschelminthes. And there are another important feature. They are also called roundworms. Because they appear as round. For example, if I am drawing Ascaris round in appearance. If you take the cross section, they appear round. Okay, almost round. So they are called roundworms. Then their another important feature is that they are what we call bilaterally symmetrical. Bilaterally symmetrical. Bilaterally symmetry. Then bilateral symmetry or bilaterally symmetrical. Then we can say triploblastic. Pseudocoelomate. Features are similar in most of the cases. The features are similar. Then they are bisexual. Bisexual, not monoecious. Monoecious means what? Bisexual. Some of the groups are bisexual. But Ascaris, in the case of Ascaris, we can see unisexual case. Ascaris it is unisexual or dioecious. Unisexual is also called dioecious. Then the reproduction, internal. Sexual reproduction is internal, fertilization is internal. So what are the features of Aschelminthes? We can say, example, Ascaris, filarial worm, hookworm. They cause worm diseases in humans. They cause worm diseases. Most of them are parasites and live inside the intestine of humans and other animals. They are called roundworms because their appearance is round. Bilaterally symmetrical means any one single plane passing through the central axis, we will get two equal halves. Triploblastic, they have 3 layers of body cells in the embryonic stage. Pseudocoelomate. What is pseudocoelomate? In pseudocoelomate, you can see the coelom appears as distinct patches. Coelom appears distinct patches, not a continuous coelom. Okay, distinct patches or small patches. Such a coelom is called a pseudocoelomate, unisexual or dioecious. Unisexual, another term is dioecious. Internal fertilization. So these are the common features of phylum Aschelminthes or Nematoda. So keep in mind, most of the organisms are parasites. Now the next one is, after this, then Annelida, phylum Annelida. Phylum Annelida. Annelida. Phylum comes Earthworm, Nereis, leech. ARTH, earthworm. Nereis, leech. These forms are aquatic, either freshwater or marine. Freshwater or marine forms. Now, some are parasites and some are free living. Some are parasites like leech, ectoparasite. Some are leech-like organisms are ectoparasite. What is meaning of ectoparasite? They live outside the body of the host and get the food and blood from the host. Ectoparasite. Leech is ectoparasite. Okay? Then, in the case of earthworms, we can say the main and stop points, they are bilaterally symmetrical. Bilateral symmetry. Then triploblastic. And coelomate. COELOMATE. The most important and identified features that the body is segmented. Body is segmented into many small segments. So this is called segmentation or metamerism or metamerization. METAMERISM. Metamerism or metamerization. So what are the main features? And earthworm is is bisexual. Bisexual means hermaphrodite. Means both the sexes are found in the same animal, hermaphrodite. Okay? And leech is not a bisexual, it is unisexual. In the case of Nereis, if you see the Nereis, if you draw the diagram of Nereis, their body is highly segmented. They have parapodia. These are called the parapodia. On either sides of the leech, you can see parapodia. These parapodia are parapodia. Parapodia are locomotory organ. By the help of this or with the help of this parapodia, Nereis can move forward or backward. So, presence of parapodia is a very important feature of this organism. Parapodia. Parapodia. So, what are the major features? Most of them are freshwater and some are marine. Leech is an ectoparasite. It lives outside the body of the host and derive food or blood from the host. Because when we stand in the marshy areas, this leech come near to us and suck the blood from outside. Okay, that is why they are called ectoparasites. Bilateral symmetrical. Bilaterally symmetrical means two equal halves only in one plane. Triploblastic, 3 body layers. Coelomate means true coelom is present here. Now, presence of parapodia in Nereis for locomotion is an advantageous feature. Metamerism or metamerization means segmentation of the body. Body has segmented into many small segments, internally and externally segmented. Now, bisexual or hermaphrodite, as in earthworm. These are the common features of phylum Annelida. Now we are coming to phylum Nematoda. So that's all, friends. We will continue in the next